Hello everybody, good evening. Well, hopefully good evening if this is when this is coming out. Welcome just to a little sneaky peek as well of 2025. I've had quite a lot of questions about what's going on in next year's 52 challenge and the stitching hour, so I thought I'd come on and show you a little bit more information. If you're undecided about whether or not you're going to join, you're not quite sure what's going on, I just thought I'd give you a sneaky peek into everything that's going on. So firstly, can I just say thank you to everybody that has stitched with me, possibly right back at the beginning when we did the 52 tags in 2021. Yeah, we've done 4 projects. We're going into project number 5, which is really, really exciting. Thank you so much if you've stitched along. It's been lovely to meet loads of people that have done the projects and just enjoyed just doing a little bit of stitching just for no reason, just because you love stitching. And that's really what it's all about. It is just about sharing this love of stitch and just applying it in very, very different ways, whether you stick to the prompts, stick to, not the rules I suppose, but I suppose if you've got a week where you think, oh, my brain's just not functioning, I'll just copy whatever Anne was doing. Or if you've gone off piste or putting your own twist on it, or it's just something that just kick-starts an idea and means then that you just carry on stitching with something else. It's just a little bit of you time that you just put aside each week or each month, depending on whether you're doing one project or both projects. Great if you're doing both. And I just thought it'd be just quite nice just to end the year with a little bit more information. So here we go. I'm going to just swap my camera over and we'll take a look at what's on my desk. Join the tribe in 25. That's going to be, I think, my mantra. So we've had some fantastic projects, and if you sign up to either the Bobbin along or the What's Sewing on, you will get access to all these projects. You might have already done them, or you might have started them and maybe not finished one, or you've got some gaps and you want to go back. So one of the things that both groups will get is full access to 4 of the projects. So obviously the very first one, where it all began, 2021, back just doing the tags. And really, I absolutely love this. I can remember when we first started doing them, in my head, I just thought, I'll be amazed if I get to the end of this, if I'll actually finish all 52. And because of you guys and everybody that stitched along, and obviously we were in lockdown, we'd got a bit more time for doing things, and sometimes your head wasn't in the best of places, so just having this to focus on was brilliant. And obviously there is on my YouTube channel the book and the 12 days of Christmas, 12 pages of Christmas, which I've popped the links on my Facebook page to that if you wanted to do that one. So I thought it'd be quite nice just to do a bit of a refresh. So we did the tags, then we went into the flags. I love the fact that I have these up in my studio. They're up on the windows of the shed, and it's just so nice. Even now when I'm doing a project, if I think, oh, I'm not quite sure what to do, I just come back and have a look at these. And if you've done all the projects, you'll notice there are little things that we have applied to other things, because stitching is it's just stitching, and a straight stitch is just a straight stitch, but depending on what you do and how you apply it depends on how it's going to look at the end of the day. So even though some of the things we might have repeated them, we've done them differently or put a different twist on them. Sometimes even just using different colours and different types of thread can make a massive difference. When we'd finished the flags, I still wanted to do a little thing, but that's the first bit that we did a big piece. I haven't brought that in because I can't get it in the screen, and I did a quilt, but I also did the book as well. So this was just a little catalogue of all the different stitches, and again, I love looking back through this. I don't like week 4, but even now when I'm doing my own work and I just think, oh, I'm not quite sure what stitch to do, just coming back and just having a flick through and just seeing like this catalogue of little stitches. Even now I'm looking at them thinking, oh, I'd forgotten I'd done that one, and oh, I'd forgotten that, and that was an interesting way of doing that. So that was another lovely one. And then this year we've got one more left to do, we're doing the blocks. So rather than having things on a separate thing, because I quite enjoyed doing the quilt the year before, I thought, oh, 52 blocks, 52, again, individual bits of embroidery on a piece, I thought was lovely. So we've just done, oh, shall I cover that one up? That's the last one. We're doing trees at the moment, the Christmas tree. So on the new site, again, you've got access to this, because I know some people have messaged me and said, I'm not quite finished. Will I still get access? Yes, you have got access to all these. And if you didn't do the projects, any of them, and you fancy having a go, you've got all those videos. So in total, you will have 204 videos to dip in and out of. You might even decide to do a bit of like a roulette, where you choose a project in a week and you look at what that is and then mix it with another one. I did do a thing on YouTube that was called my tag roulette, and I have got somewhere, I was just busy looking then, I had actually made myself a set of playing cards. I don't know what I've done with them. Anyway, that's by the by. So that was last year. So when it came to this year, well, not next year's project, I was trying to think about what could we do? What was going to be a little bit different, maybe a bit more challenging? And I went back to a project that I did when I was testing out the stitching hour. And what we did was over, I think, 4 or 5 months, we did a large embroidery hoop. And we did loads and loads of different techniques and slowly built this up. And I thought, oh, actually, to do something on one piece would be really, really nice to do for the 52 challenge. And then I was trying to think, what can we do? And I came up with the 52 words. So the 52 words, this is based on a list, and I can't remember who it is. Oh, I'll try and remember. There's an artist that came up with a list of words. I'm not using their words, but what I really liked about it is they used their words to describe things that they'd seen, and I thought, oh, it'd be quite nice to use a word and then be inspired by that word to then inform the stitching that you're going to do. So for example, like the little sequins, the word there could have been sparkle. The little wrapped spider's wheel there could have been wrapped. It could be knobbly. It could be stripy. It could be to apply, to bind. So there's going to be a word each week going over the 52 weeks where I'm going to work on a big hoop. So what I can do is give you a sneaky peek, because I know sometimes it can be quite hard to visualise what's going on. So I'm going for a big hoop. So I think mine is, let me double check, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. I don't know if it's an 18 or a 19 inch. Might be a 19 inch hoop. And this is it, because I've started filming it already, because I have to get a little bit ahead of the game. So this has got on it 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 weeks worth on. So just to give you a bit of an idea of the sorts of things we're going to do. And what's going to happen with this is then we'll start working in amongst, and things will go over the top and it'll fill. And what I've done with my hoop is I've actually done it backwards way around. So normally you'd work on a hoop with it the flat there and then wrapped round. I'm doing it the other way around, and the reason that I've done that is because I quite like the idea of it having a frame and it sinks in, because quite a lot of stuff is possibly going to stick off the surface. I've bound my hoop, so with that I've just used some fabric. So I actually had some cotton fabric that had words on it, and I've just ripped it into strips. And I cheat doing this. I put a bit of glue stick on and then just start wrapping it. I've done it on both that and the other one. The only reason that that's like that is just to stop me stitching it on itself, because eventually that's going to get cut off. But I will talk all about that when it comes to the actual project. So hopefully you'll fancy joining in. So that's the 52 words project. Everybody gets that, no matter which group you join, whether it's the Bobbin Along or the What's Sewing On group. And you also get Tribe Tuesday, which is going to be a new thing on the channel. Okay, so I'll explain a little bit about that. Just checking that I'm still recording. So those of you that know me know I'm a little bit of a wobble gob. I do really like to chat about stuff, and I do think one of the big things about stitching is this idea of our tribe and our community and coming together and sharing our stitch. So brand new for 2025 is something called Tribe Tuesday. So this is going to be once a month on a Tuesday evening from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. UK time, and it's just going to be a Zoom. So you'll get a Zoom link, and I'll probably do a little bit of a video after this just to show you where things are actually on the website so that you know what you're looking for. And it's just about coming on and just having other people, I suppose. Some people say they feel quite isolated when they're stitching because they might not have friends nearby, or it's an evening, especially at the moment with the weather as it is here in the UK and dark evenings and stuff. It's quite nice to do something and be a little bit social. So you just come onto the Zoom. If you don't want your camera on and you don't want to say anything, you do not have to feel like you have to. But if you want to, you can just come, and we have the bizarrest conversations online. Depending on how many's on, it'll either be a full screen with everybody on, or it might be in breakout rooms, so there's just a few of you in there. You'll get to know other people in the group. It's quite funny sometimes because you find that people live not too far from each other. We share things to do with stuff we've bought, maybe places we've been, we've seen, advice, or just a general chit chat and putting the world to rights. So that's the Tribe Tuesday, which everybody gets, both groups. If you're in the What's Sewing On, in addition to that, you get the Stitch and Chat Day. So it's usually the Friday after the stitching hour, and that this year for most of them I think is a full day. So it's going to be from 10 in the morning till about 3ish in the afternoon on a Friday, and that's a similar sort of thing to the Tribe Tuesday. So with that, people have come, they've done the full day, put the day aside and just said, do you know what, this is my day, I'm going to sit and stitch. It might be you want to catch up with your project. It works quite nicely because it's the Friday after the stitching hour, because a lot of people come and they'll be stitching their piece and then show it and get advice. But you can bring any other project that you want to do. You could just pop in for an hour, pop out to the shops, pop back in again. So the idea with it is really I am facilitating a Zoom chat for people to come and join, and it's been lovely this year. We have regular people on, get new people on, some people drop in, drop out. It's just been absolutely fabulous. So that's with the What's Sewing On, the stitching hour. So what I'll do next is I'll explain to you a little bit more about the stitching hour and the What's Sewing On group. So blocks seemed to be a bit of a theme last year, and the stitching hour we did 12 blocks, 12 canvases. I've only got 6 of them here because I can't fit any more on the screen. So with this, what happens with the stitching hour, and it's going to run a little bit differently next year. So what will happen is the first Sunday of the month, that evening, you will get a mini tutorial, a little video that will just explain what the task is going to be for that month. And the reason that I'm doing that this time is so that you can get things ready, because sometimes people want to stitch along when I'm actually doing the live. So the day after, on the Monday, 6 till 7 will be the stitching hour live, and that'll probably end up being about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes of me showing you how I'm going to apply that technique onto my item of clothing, and I'll explain that in a little bit more depth. And then it'll be opened up, people can ask questions, share ideas and things like that, or it might be that I end up talking for the whole hour. It depends on what's going on. And what I decided to do is, rather than again doing individual pieces, I just thought it'd be really nice to do one piece and build it up over the year. So there's sort of like themes that run across each of the projects. So I had bought myself a dress a while back from a lovely little vintage store. Whoops, destroying the whole of my room. And the reason that I bought it is because there was a bit of embroidery on the front there that looked like an AB. So I thought, oh, that's kind of cute. But when I put the dress on, even though it fits and everything like that, I wasn't 100% sure that, oh, am I going to wear this? I probably need to alter it, do things to it. And then I had a bit of a light bulb moment. I thought, oh, why don't I stitch on it and use this for the stitching hour? So this is what I'm going to do. So the idea is that you're going to have an item of clothing. Now then, this is where people can either go with what I'm suggesting, or you can go off piste. I know quite a few of you have got pieces of clothing ready. I did show, I think earlier on, I had done a project like this, I think it was a couple of years ago. I just sat stitching onto an apron. So this is a little apron that I bought. Again, it was at the Manchester Vintage Market. I think it's made out of an old pair of trousers. And I'm still stitching on this. This is sort of like a project that I keep getting out every now and again and just keep adding bits to. So I've done that one that was an apron, and there's all sorts of bits on there. So I thought, right, it'd be quite nice to do this onto a piece of clothing. But for the tutorial, I didn't want to stitch 2 pieces of clothing because I just thought that's getting absolutely ridiculous. And I thought I just want something that just gives you the basis idea to get you started. So my sample for the tutorial that I'm going to do is another hoop. So, pop this on here. So I've actually got an item of clothing. There's actually a dress that was under here. These were pockets that I've stitched shut. And this is, I think, 3 months. So there's 3 different tasks on here. So what I'll be doing is in the tutorial, I'll show you whichever one it is that I'm doing. And then in the stitching hour, I will show you how I take this technique and then apply it to my dress. So I'm quite excited about that. I think that's going to be a really, really nice way of working. So what do you need to get ready, depending on which one you want to do? So if you want to do the 52 words, basically you need, if you're going to work in a hoop, a big embroidery hoop and threads. I'm going to come back to my other screen because it's not very exciting just looking at that. So I'll be here in a second. Back again. So if you're doing the 52, if you want to work on a hoop, work on a hoop. I know some people are already saying, oh, I'm going to do a scroll, I'm going to do a book. If you're going to do a book, you might want to just think about the construction of it, because we're building this up layer on layer on layer. I know I was chatting to somebody the other day that wants to do a book, and what I've suggested is that you have the cover, but the inside of the book is like a concertinaed piece of fabric, so you can work on the whole bit and then make it into a book later on, because originally I was going to do a book as my sample, but because I want it to build up, it was going to be really hard to do that across pages. Some people I know have talked about doing multiple hoops. They might do the 4 seasons. So it's going to be totally up to you how you do it. But basically you need to choose your colours. That's the main thing. Colour background fabric. The background fabric, don't have it too tight a weave, because hopefully we're going to be stitching through some thicker threads. So you're going to want to be able to make bigger holes to stitch through. Range of threads. So I've got all sorts of different threads, from like wools and tapestry threads to machine threads, DMCs, my sheepy wools. I've got all sorts. I've just got a basket and I just keep popping bits in. You're also going to need some fabric. We do start off using fabric to start off with to do what I call foundation pieces. So you're going to need some fabric as well. If you are going to do the what's sewing on in the stitching hour, you're going to need, if you want an item of clothing, to work on an item of clothing. And again, choose your colours. I think it's in March, January, March, we're using a patterned piece of fabric. So you saw the fact that I had florals on mine. I started with my patterned fabric and used that to influence the colours that I wanted to collect together. But again, you might just want to watch the first one and just see what I'm doing and talking through with what's going on. I think it's quite nice to build up on things and not know what's coming on. I know it can be a little bit disconcerting sometimes and a bit disorientated. You think, oh, I don't know what's coming next, I don't know what's coming next. But that's one of the things that's really nice about this, because we're not doing it to make something. It's just about enjoying stitching. There's loads of different ways that we can work on this, and we can add bits and take bits away. It'd be lovely if you do items of clothing. I am hoping to be able to wear my dress. Whether I wear it out in public or not, I don't know, but it would be quite nice at the end to have photographs of everybody in their items. So I think that's everything. I think. No idea. Obviously on the website as well there is access to a forum, so I'm hoping that that will really kick off in January, well not kick off, but you know what I mean, get started in January, and people will be posting and sharing and chatting on there. There is a post on there already if you have joined, for you just to go and just introduce yourself. I am hoping to get the emails set up, but it's still a bit of a work in progress. But All you just need to make sure that you do is that you are logged in the top right hand corner before you try and access the group that you are part of. And I'll do a quick demo just after this, just to show you what the page looks like and a little bit of orientation. So I hope you've decided to join. It'd be lovely to have as many people on there as possible and keep growing the tribe from all over the world. Obviously the Stitching Hour, the live one, is recorded, and you do get that recording as well. Everything's all in the same place. I'm going to try and keep the blog as tidy as I can, but again, I'll show you very quickly just what that looks like and where to navigate things. So thank you for listening. Merry Christmas, happy holidays everybody, and hopefully you'll join the tribe in 25, and I will see you. The 52 project starts on Friday the 3rd and the Stitching Hour starts on Monday the 6th. Membership is open, you can join whenever you're ready to join, and there's different subscriptions that you can choose, either monthly or yearly. Yeah, so I hope to see you next year. It's very, very exciting and I cannot wait. Love, hugs, happy stitching. Ta-da! Okay, so finding the website. You can go to my main website if you want to, but you can also go to www.annebrookonline.co.uk. So that's the direct route that you can go to. If you went to my website, annebrook.co.uk, you just click there, join the membership here, and it takes you to exactly the same place. So this is the home screen that you get once you log in, and there is a little bit of a video here that talks about sorting out issues, and I've also got a little bit of a step-by-step instructions. There is also on here these bookable workshops, but this is separate. That isn't an area that you need to look at unless you do want to do an additional workshop. So on here then there is another video there that's about getting ready for 2025, and you've got some frequently asked questions and queries just down here at the bottom. If you do have any questions, hopefully that's been answered. But basically what you're going to do, up here at the top it'll say login. So if we click on that, if you are not a member yet, you need to sign up. So you'll click on the sign up and you will choose how you want to sign up. I'm already a member, so when I go in it says login. So I decided I was going to log in with my email. So I've got my email. Most computers, laptops and things will save your passwords for you. If not, please make a note of your password, because I cannot access passwords to change them or anything like that. But you do have, like on most sites, this forgot password, and it'll email you a new link for you to be able to do that. So once you've signed up, you're going to log in and it'll take you back to the page. So we've got the members area here to click to access your plan. So you've got either the Bobbin Along membership or the What's Sewing On. So if I click on the What's Sewing On membership, I'm not a member yet, so it says get a pricing plan to access the page. So if I do explore plans, so you have a choice on both of them whether to do a monthly payment or a yearly payment. It's totally up to you which one. It doesn't make any difference as to what access you get. This is just about you being able to manage your finances and just know what's going on. Some people have been bought this as a Christmas present. Others are carrying on doing their monthly one. So you'll select whichever one it is that you want to do, and it will take you then to the payment page. So it tells me that I'm logged in. You can pay credit card, use a different card, or PayPal. Now this is an important bit here, this choose your start date. If you don't do anything to this, your subscription will start on the day that you join. Okay, but you can change this. If you wanted to change that to the 1st of January, you can do, but you just need to remember that if you do choose the 1st of January, please don't be surprised that when you go on you can't access anything. So if you know that you want to get on and start having a look round, leave that as the date that you want to join, and then you just read the plan policy. So it just says this membership is for your own personal use and your login should not be shared with others. Any project shared as part of this membership should not be used, sold on as a workshop for others to use without Anne's prior permission and knowledge. Please note, if you cancel your membership, you will no longer have access to any previous content of any projects done. Okay, so you just need to click and say that you've done that. Click buy now, and then what you'll do is you will come back to this page here and you'll just click on. So I'm a member of the Bobbin Along membership. So if I click that, so make sure I'm logged in. So if you come here and it says you need to access your plan or join, you need to double check that you have got your membership open here. Okay, that's really important. So this is the blog. So on both of them, at the top will be the Zoom link and the date for anything that's going on that month that you can take part in. Then it's set up a little bit like a blog. So there are boxes that contain each of the themes. So if you want to watch my Wobble Gob episodes, you can click on that one there and it will bring up a list of the latest Wobble Gobs. This one here has got dates for 2025. So if we click on that one, these dates may change slightly depending on my life, because things obviously can throw curveballs in, but it just gives you an idea of the What's Sewing On group when the stitching hours are, the Tribe Tuesdays for both groups, and the stitching chats on a Friday. Again, these dates may change because this is what this is what I've planned, but obviously life sometimes gets in the way. Okay, so just click on back and it'll take me back to the blog posts. Here we go. So the 52 words, this one will be here. So what you will do is click on that, and each week there will be a video added. Now I'm going to do this in two ways. So there's going to be the list, all 52 will end up on here, but the week's one, the one that's come out that week, will just to be as a standalone, just so that it's easier to access, not having to scroll through it all the time. If you want to go and do any past projects, so you've got the blocks, the stitches, the flags and the tags. Obviously the stitching hour stuff isn't on here because I've not signed into that group, but there'll be another box that says the stitching hour and it'll have all the stitching hour stuff on there as well. If you've got any problems then with your plan, on here you've got the bit where you can sort out what's going on. So you can go into your account settings. Hopefully it'll just catch up with me. There we go, account settings. So here you can change your display name. You can put, you don't have to, but you can put personal information in there. Once you've logged in, if you think, oh, I really need to change my password because I can't remember it, you can change your password, but you do have to use your password that you've used to log in to change your password. So you can put little bits of information in there. My subscriptions, that's the other one probably that you'll have a look at. This talks about then what you've done. So I have an active subscription that's valid until I cancel, and if you need to update your payment method, you can do that here. And if you wanted to cancel your subscription, you can do that there as well. Here it'll tell you the dates of your payments. So if you're doing monthly, it'll be 1 month after the next. If you're doing yearly, it'll give you a yearly one as well. Okay, I think that's, oh no. So then the other thing then that you've got here is the forum. Okay, so here again, these are loads of different things. So we've already got, Elaine here has been to the Hand and Lock embroidery exhibition, so she's shared that with us there. There's the rules that are on there as well. Some people have just started posting different things, so it's lovely. Hopefully this is going to become really, really busy with everybody's things. So you can like them, you can go and comment on them. There'll be things in general discussions. This is one where I've asked people to introduce themselves. Yeah, so everything is here. Hopefully this will end up looking a bit like a Facebook page of everything that's on there, and I'll put posts on, and there'll be different categories that will come up, so you can look under general discussions. Oh gosh, my mouth isn't working. There'll be some things that are just for the Bobbin Along group and some things for just for what's sewing on people as well. There'll be a Q&A. And then if you click on my posts, if you've made any posts, your own personal posts will be here. So then you can go and have a look and see how many people have seen it, if anybody's commented on it, and then you can comment on there as well. So hopefully this is all going to run really, really smoothly. Obviously it's a brand new website. I am learning as I'm going along. So thank you to everybody that has hung around and is sticking with me. I do know there's been a few teething problems with a few people, but the main things to make sure is firstly to make sure that you're logged in, and then that you've accessed the right one and you've remembered your password. That's really, really important. What I would suggest you do, which is what I've talked to everybody about, is that you put it on your bookmarks. So if you're on a computer or a laptop, that's the little star here. If you're on an iPad, I've learned that there is a plus sign, and you can click that and you can make it as a little icon. It just means then that you can go straight to that page. I know for those of you that were on Ko-fi, it used to be really good that an email came out when I posted. I am still working on that. I am still hoping that there will be an email that comes out. It won't take you directly to the post, but it will just highlight the fact that there is a new post. But generally, the 52 project is out at 12 o'clock on a Friday. So all you'd need to do just after 12 o'clock on a Friday is just come back. The post should be here, and if you want to look through past posts, you'll just click on the 52 words there. So I'm going to put them in both places. So the current weekly one will be there as a blog post. When the next one comes out, I'll move that into the box so that you can just see them all in one place. Hopefully that'll make it a bit easier to find things rather than having to scroll through again and again and again, trying to keep this a little bit neat and tidy. So hopefully that's just cleared a few things up, and that you are thinking about joining us, like I said, in a few days' time, actually, just over a week. It was a bit scary that I keep moving there. That's a bit scary. Yeah, so hopefully you will join the tribe in 2025, and I will see you in January. Love, hugs. Mwah.